Most people assume that if you want decent sound in your car, you need to start cutting holes in your doors or lugging around a massive subwoofer. But sometimes, you just want a clean, crisp upgrade for those factory speakers that have been rattling since the mid-2000s. That is where these little 4-inch units come in. When you first pull them out of the box, they feel surprisingly solid for their size. They have a bit of weight to them, which is usually a good sign that the magnets aren't just cheap plastic shells. The polypropylene cone feels sturdy, and that rubber surround is a nice touch. It's built to handle the humidity and temperature swings that happen inside a car door, which is something you definitely want if you plan on keeping your ride for a while. Now, here is the reality of a 4-inch speaker. You aren't going to get earth-shattering bass that rattles your rearview mirror. That is just physics. But what these do, they do surprisingly well. Because they are rated at 2.3 ohms, they are designed to squeeze a bit more power out of your factory head unit than standard 4-ohm speakers would. It's a clever way to get a little extra volume and clarity without having to install a separate amplifier. The highs are handled by a balanced dome tweeter that sits right in the center, and honestly, it brings a level of detail to vocals and acoustic tracks that stock paper cones just can't touch. You'll hear those little nuances in a guitar riff or the breathiness in a singer's voice that usually gets buried in the mud. Installation is pretty straightforward, though you should definitely double-check your mounting depth. At about 2.6 inches, they aren't the shallowest things on the market, so if you are working with a really tight dash or door panel, just grab a tape measure before you start tearing things apart. One thing that stands out is the sensitivity. At 90 decibels, they don't need a ton of juice to get loud, which makes them a great match for a basic factory system. If there is a downside, it is that they can get a little bit bright if you push them too hard with a high-powered aftermarket amp. You might find yourself reaching for the EQ settings to dial back the treble just a hair. But for the price, and considering how easy they are to drop into a tight space, they really punch above their weight class. They aren't going to turn your car into a concert hall, but they will definitely make your daily commute sound a whole lot less like a tin can. If you're looking for a simple, no-nonsense way to refresh your audio without a massive project, these are a solid pick that won't let you down.
Check out the video description for updated price. And thank you for watching this video.